Okay, so we are live. Your spirit team wanted to be on the title, and Brian Adams wanted to be on the shorts. And we got some cards we pulled. The energy is that of you're not alone. You think you are, but you're not. You have a really, really strong spirit team, and they want you to start realizing that. Okay, that was basically the bottom part of it. Okay. All right, I don't need to sit, I can stand here. Let's just move this over a tad. We've got the Ace of Swords as the main energy, and that's why your spirit team is getting involved to say, you know what, you guys got to have a little bit more gratitude and know that we're here and you're finishing your mission. It's just not coming fast enough. Everybody hypes up that stuff's going to happen by Christmas. It's going to happen here. It's going to happen there. You've got to start making your own life happen, is what I'm hearing. So without me doing too much of this, you gotta, I want to just read the cards and have you listen to where maybe you're off balance, to where maybe you need to get, so you're not stuck. See, all week I've been saying stuff about you're stuck. And I've showed you why, and I've showed you ways, but it's still coming up, you know? It's kind of discouraging in itself. Okay, so you're stuck, you're feeling discouraged, complacent, need to find your cosmic origin. So that would be, you know, what I've been talking about all week. I would suggest you take the last week's videos and rewatch them. Maybe go to the park. If you don't have a park, maybe go to the library. Somewhere inside if it's winter and outside if it's nice out, and re-listen to the last week's worth of information, because you're still not somewhere getting it. Now, if you are getting it, that's great. Then don't disregard this information, because that's how they want to pull you backwards. They want to pull you backwards by getting you stuck. Okay, so let's throw some sand out here. Let's throw some quicksand in front of them. Let's throw some boulders in their way. Okay, so just because you're not stuck, the energy is saying that don't mean nothing. That means that they're just warning you that you could get stuck. Okay, so we have positive new earth, yes indeed. And I talked about that. I think it was yesterday's video, possibly, but there is a positive new earth coming. We're going to be in 4D, 5D and higher. The 3D are going to go off into an AI generated universe. If you're watching this video, I'm sure you're not one of them, but you could be, but I highly doubt it. So you're going to be doing your project. You're going to be doing this rebuilding, this restoration, okay? Us on the spaceships 5D and higher, we're going to be helping you, and some of us are even going to stay in our physical avatar. It's not revealed yet who's staying permanently and who's not. You probably, I'm assuming, only assuming, that you'll do that at your redemption appointments when you when the whole world changes its financial system and everybody gets their project money, that's when I assume you'll say, yeah, I want to stay another couple 100 years and do my project. And then some of us are going to say, like me, no, I want to donate this all to the right places and I want to stay on my spaceship. Okay, but we're in that Two of Swords, that unknowing period, okay? And you're going to have choices to make, and you have choices to make right now. Right now, you have a lot of choices that you're making, and it's hard because you don't have that future redemption appointment in front of you. Some of you don't even believe that. Some of you believe that we're going to go on just like this for the next 5-10 years. Okay, well, that's not going to happen. Take off the blindfold, Two of Swords. Stalemate, crossroads. Choose your best plan, but get into action. And that was the feeling I was getting, like I said, with everything I do it for you. That's the spirit team, and that is us in a physical avatar talking back to our spirit team. That is the energy right now of how we all feel. And it's a beautiful energy, okay? Some of you just got to get a little bit more unstuck. I'm seeing a tow truck coming and helping you out. That's your spirit team. The spirit team is the tow truck, but you've got to call the tow truck. And that's what I'm getting from this energy is some of you are not calling the tow truck. You're trying to get out yourself. I remember being stuck one time and the wheels just kept spinning and spinning and spinning no matter how hard they pushed that truck, and they finally had to call the tow truck. Okay, that's the kind of energy we're at in that Two of Swords, Eight of Cups. I want to get this truck out of this stuck position. I keep pushing it, it just, the wheels just keep spinning. Got to call the tow truck. And who's the tow truck? Yeah, the spirit team. Okay? So expect a miracle with your new ideas. Okay? Those were the next two cards from the shorts. Expect a miracle. You've heard that a few times this week. Gary even commented on it and said he was going to expect a miracle. Yes. Okay? A redemption appointment would be a miracle, especially if you don't believe in it and the whole world turns quantum. You would be quite in for a shock. For us that do believe in it, it's still a miracle because it hasn't happened yet, right? So this Ace of Wands energy is where the miracle is going to come from. And it's going to come from new ideas, okay? You have the potential with your spirit team. But it's that in and out energy that I talk about, where right now you might be feeling, yeah, let's do this. And then 2 hours later, you're like, ah, shit, this sucks. Intense creativity. Intense is what I'm hearing, you know. Try to do something that is so out of the box, but yet so would fit into your project. What would that be? Well, as you heard with mine, I'm more on the donation side now of funding other people's projects and staying on the spaceship. A year ago, I was more on to getting a pet sanctuary and a castle. A year before that, I was probably going to do a project with Ren. And so every year it changes. Now I'm at the point where if the Redemption Center opens up and I get my Zim, my foreign currency, my quantum conscience money, my Q card, I want to donate everything and stay 5D and higher. Okay? That's how far I've gotten already with this nothing happening. What do they call it? A nothing burger? I don't do time, but since we're all going to be talking about the end of the year, 2025 was just me tying up all the loose ends. Any loose ends I had, I tied them up. Remember, I did my sheds in the middle of the year, got rid of everything, tied up all the loose ends. Now I just take care of the animals inside and outside, take care of the house, and waiting for this next chapter. So I'm in the Eight of Cups energy, I'm in the Two of Swords energy, but it's a positive Eight of Cups. It's a positive Two of Swords because I still know what I'm doing. So if you were to ask me, did you take off your blindfold? Yes. But are you in a stalemate? Are you on a crossroads? Yes. Why? Because I don't have the ability to stay on my spaceship 24/7. I'm not going to sleep all day and be an astro and neglect my 4D physical body assignment. And I'm not going to not take care of my animals. But I no longer want that pet sanctuary. I no longer want to own a pet store, or not a pet store, but you know what I'm saying, a pet sanctuary where you take care of animals and you live in a castle. And I don't want that no more. That's not what I want. Would I do it if it was part of my soul contract and God wanted me to? Of course, but we write our own soul contracts. God doesn't sit there and have strings above your head like a puppet, okay? You write your own soul contract, and you can keep rewriting it, which I did. That's why I said, 1 year I'm doing this, next year I'm doing this year I'm doing this. So I really want you guys to, back to the Ace of Wands energy, that's what I'm in right now. I'm in this Ace of Wands energy, in and out, right? We're in and out. 1 minute we're paying our bills, the next minute we're eating dinner, the next minute we're at Walmart, the next minute we're in Astro. It's like we're all over the place, okay? Until we get grounded with this new chapter, whatever's coming down the line, it's the end of the movie, and I'm not going to back down from saying that. We have to stay with interconnectedness. Manifestation power, I just talked about that. And mirror-like nature. What's mirror-like nature? The easiest way I can say it is do unto others as you would have done unto you. I feed the animals outside like I do the inside animals. It's kind of like a buffet. I have food out at all times. And that way, whenever you're hungry, you can eat. Because I don't know when a certain animal is going to be hungry. Now, if you only have one animal, sure, you can train it. But this is the whole community. Okay? So, manifestation power, I just got done telling you, I'm going to use my money to donate other projects now. And I'm going to free myself up and really try to get the hell out of here and stay out of here. And then we have to mirror like nature, okay? I'm getting, again, that song by Kid Rock, The Mirror. And I mentioned that song so much. Just like, you know, Bryan Adams. I play a lot of Bryan Adams. I love music that touches my heart. Some of you men out there might call it pussy music and you don't like it. Well, that's fine, okay? But I like it. And I like hard rock, I like heavy metal, but I also like my ballads. Okay, now we're going to go on to more prayer needed. And where is more prayer needed? Okay, more prayer is needed in leadership. Some of you are not being the leaders that you're meant to be. This is also coming from Astro loud and clear, because they're saying that you guys are supposed to use the same power you're using there in your 4D body here, and you're not quite doing it yet. So some of you need to step up the plate. Whatever that meant. Step up the plate? Okay. Being seen. Some of you are not being seen enough. You want badass success, Six of Wands energy, and you want accomplishments. So you need to inspire others and go towards your victory. So again, more prayer is needed in this area because it's just everything I just talked about. Everything I just said about not knowing where to go because you're waiting for future events, but they want you to stop waiting for future events and go towards your project as much as you can without quantum. So kind of like getting the mindset of the people that are listening to this right now that don't believe that any redemption appointment's coming, they don't believe any quantum's coming. They're expecting a miracle of some sort, but they can't put their finger on it, and they're sure in the hell not believing that part. Kind of like that. Kind of back up your attitude a little bit of, what if that never happens? Well, if that never happens, I'm still going towards my project. You see, I could still be sitting with a house full of boxes, sheds full of tools, vehicles everywhere, and all it would be doing is, one, taking up space, which empty space is energy to be filled, and it would be just costing me extra money for all the vehicles, and it don't make sense. And a lot of you are doing that. A lot of you don't want to go down to just 3 pieces of furniture in your dining room. You want to keep 7 of them. Well, those other 4 could go to a good home. You could give them away. You could sell them. Why do you need 7 pieces of furniture in your dining room? Because we have that survival energy. We have that survival mode. We have that, oh, it's been in the family all these years. All of these matrix thinkings that are holding you back. So going deeper into why are you stuck? It's because you still have the mentality of the old way, the old timeline. And I can't help you with that here. It has to be an astro. So just ask me an astro and I will be so happy to help you. And also we're in classes every night on Who Are You? Plus other classes. One class is all about leaving the matrix. One class is all about getting more 5D thinking and then bringing it into 4D. There's nothing that I talk about on this video that we don't have a class for in Astro. I'm a master teacher there, and I have been for a long, long time, many lifetimes. So before you say that that's nonsense, try it and see your life improve, okay? And I know you don't think it's nonsense, so you wouldn't be listening. So if I do throw that out there, it's just for the energy I'm feeling of the people that just clicked on here and are maybe just trolling through or scrolling through, right? Not the Astro family. The Astro family knows it's not nonsense, okay? But I feel the other people watching. This isn't a private class like in Astro. This is a class that's on YouTube for everybody to watch. This is way not Astro. Okay, so we're gonna pull a few more cards. I want to look under Positive New Earth. So these are the cards that are not on the shorts. All that talk was about the shorts. Everything, it's called. And the song is called Everything I Do It For You, and it's by Bryan Adams. So the song, the lyrics, and the shorts, plus how many minutes did we talk? We talked about 19 minutes on all of that. So the new part of the reading, they want to talk about Positive New Earth. They're saying that it's true, Queen of Swords. They're saying that I'm a leader of truth. I'm an unbiased decision maker. I'm an excellent communicator. And they're telling you to be wise, logical, and honest, have integrity, and listen to Miss Mystic. That's me. Because I'm bold, blunt, and truthful. I am the Queen of Swords. I'm all four queens. I am an empress. I came in as a drunk high priestess, worked my way all the way through all four queens, and became an empress in status, in ranking on a physical avatar. We're not going to talk about all the things I am in Astro because I just got done telling you I'm a master teacher, amongst other things. Okay? Destiny, the book of life, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about newness, soul contracts, and bright future. So back to the star card after the Queen of Swords. What they're saying here is everything I just got done telling you about pretend that none of Nisara Gasara is going to happen, and we're just going to stay in this monetarial system with this presidential system, politics system, and we're just going to keep moving forward like this. Let's pretend that. Well, you have a soul contract that you write in Astro. So it doesn't matter which future 4D politics and money financial system comes into play. Why doesn't it matter? Because you have a soul contract and you wrote a bright future. Okay, Timbuktu, the future's so bright, I gotta wear shades, right? We might do that song later. But it is on my playlist in the beginning of my, way beginning of my songs. So I might not. But anyway, we have, you made your own soul contract. So the future's so bright, you've got to wear shades no matter what. That's why I say for you to move forward with this. And by you having these Astro classes, you're constantly fixing your soul contract. We couldn't do that before because we were dumbed down and we were fulfilling our matrix assignment. Remember when I told you about that? I said, don't beat yourself up for past because we were in a program. We were in a hologram. We were in, I call it a matrix assignment. Now, we're out of that. If you're listening to me and you're one of my soul family members, you are not in the matrix. You're still in a physical avatar, but you're not in the matrix. So you have a soul contract that you're fulfilling right now, and it doesn't matter the financial or political future because you've already written it and you can keep rearranging it as we go. Okay? I hope you understand that because that's the Three of Wands energy and that's the next card. It's a waiting for results energy. It's understanding your ambitions. So everything I just said, understanding that soul contract, understanding the soul contract that you keep rewriting it, you keep going with it, relax, opportunities are arriving. And they just threw that card out of my hand because they want me to tell you that again. Three of Wands, waiting for results. But while we're waiting for the next shoe to drop, we're understanding our ambitions. We're relaxing. We're going with it. And the opportunities will arrive. Now, they just showed me someone coming up to you and saying, would you like this position? And this is in your physical avatar. This is not in Astro. And you have this choice to make, this Two of Swords choice. Do I want to take it or not? Okay? Does it align with your intuition? Does it align with your head? Does it align with your future project that you're thinking about? Not anybody else, what you're thinking about. So mine would be staying on the spaceship full time and coming in and helping, right? So does it align with that? Or is it going to put me in a position where I'm going to want to stay here for 200-300 years? There's a big decision, right? So that's what's coming in. Some kind of opportunity is going to come in to help you. But I want you to go with your heart first, then your head, and then align it with your project. That's not unbelievable that the Seven of Pentacles pause would come next. Exactly. So you want to just pause for a minute when they give you that opportunity. Stay in a state of gratitude. Reflect on your journey. Waiting to reap your harvest. Keep going. See? Everything I just said. Listen to your heart. Do I want to take this opportunity that I'm being presented of being the CEO of the bank? Well, I probably would decline that because I'm not into money. I'm not staying here. I don't want to work at a bank or be involved with the quantum system when I just said I wanted to donate everything and stay on my ship. Now, a year ago, I probably would have wanted to stay in that position, and I would have said, yeah, I'll be the CEO of the bank, because that way I could fund my I could fund my castle, I could fund my pet sanctuary, right? And I could help all of you get a loan. That is also Run's project. Her project is helping other people with their projects. So if you'd have asked me that same question, would you like to be the CEO of the bank? From then to now, it's changed. But I'd have to go with my heart because I don't want to go backwards. That's another big thing. As I told you that I'm different today than I was a year ago or a year behind us, that's how I am every single year when we used to celebrate New Year's in AA. I would say every single year I'm different than I was last year, and I would explain how. Well, I just explained how I'm different this year than last year because my project has changed again. So if you presented me with that opportunity today, I would say no, where I would have said yes a year ago. Then we have 3 more cards. I want to wrap this up. I know we're going kind of long. We've got the Queen of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Swords. So that's just simply saying, stay in my Queen of Cups energy. If I'm all 4 queens, the Queen of Cups is all about love, true, divine, ancient love. Love is the answer. Love is all around you. I have a new perspective now, don't I? My perspective now is not a castle with my Corvette from Batman and my pets. Now it's doing the spaceship stuff and teaching full time and helping others. Many roles I have in Astro. I have many hats. That's why I don't wear hats here. Hanged Man energy, new perspective, surrender, let it go, reflection, new wisdom, enlightenment. Okay, so that's my new perspective. I want to stay on that, and I don't want to be pulled back. So even though that bank opportunity sure sounds good, you're going to make all kinds of money, you get to be the CEO of the bank, you get to help everybody with their projects, I don't want it. I said no to Ren. I said no to me, and I'm saying no, and my soul contract says no, my spirit team says no, and that's all the truth. So we'll end with, that is the truth. Ace of Swords, St. Michael's Sword of Truth. New eyes. Yeah, new ideas, but I said new eyes. I have new eyes. And we have new ideas coming in all the time. All the time you get more clarity. Some of you may really relate with me and say, yeah, a year ago, 2 years ago, I surely wasn't thinking this. The truth keeps being revealed. We keep repeating, rewriting, we keep redoing. That's why my name's Rebecca, by the way, because it's over and over and over again. We also choose our own names when we come here. Believe it or not, we choose everything. We write our own soul contract. So again, that's why if you guys have any kind of victim mentality or sorrow or grief about your past, You only have you to blame. You wrote your own soul contract. You wrote everything in it to get you to where you are today. And if you can't see that, again, you're stuck in the matrix. You're stuck in that old programming. You need to get out. So ask us an astro, ask your teachers, your master ascenders, your spirit guides, spirit team. Right back, full circle to the title of this video. Spirit team is begging you. They're begging you to help you. You're doing great in astral, but in the physical avatar, when you wake up, just like I said, you got to constantly be saying stop to the old tapes. Last night we had a really long talk about this because it was constant coming in an old tape. Got to stop it. Old tape. Had to stop it. It's hard to do that, but you have to do that. You have to stop the old tapes. As soon as you start going into an old memory, stop it. All of that is past. Clarity, truth is being revealed, and you're going to have lots of aha moments. This video should have had a few aha moments. There's victory, heightened awareness. So that's what we're doing right now. We're getting a heightened awareness. One last thing they want me to tell you is it's kind of like if we were right now in 12th grade at school and I came up to you and said, what did you learn in kindergarten? What did you learn in first grade? And then you went all the way up to the 12th grade and you told me. And then I said, okay, so now you're in 12th grade. Would you like to go to college? Some of you are going to say, yeah, I want to go. Some of you are going to say, no, I don't want to go because I'm going to take over my family's business. Another person says, I'm not going to go to college because I want to get married and have children. Okay, those are different projects, you see. So the ones that are going to go to college are going to do that. You're going to go do your family business. You're going to go take care of your new husband and kids, right? Okay, but you're not going to stay in 12th grade. And you're not going to keep thinking about 11th grade, 10th grade, 9th grade. No, you're going to have a college level, but one of you is going to be a housewife and have babies, right? And one of you is going to be a family-owned business operator, a CEO, right? And some of you are going to go into college. And then some of you are even going to go into teaching in high school. So you see the different levels, the different projects, but it's all the same level. That's where you're at right now. You are at the point where you've got to go towards your project the best you can, and then ask your spirit team to level this out. Because we don't know, and we cannot be depending on a redemption appointment and Nasara Gasara or any of that stuff. We can't depend on it until it's here. And today, at this moment, it's not in front of us. Okay, so that was a lot. That was a lot there. Boy, that last analogy about going to college and being on that level, you know. But some of you go here, some of you go here, some of you go here. That is just so it. Okay, I'm Miss Mystic. Thanks for listening.